You're welcome. No problem. You're welcome. Hey Disney Cruisers. Last year I was a little teeny tiny bit mad at Disney Cruise Line, but they have since redeemed themselves, and I'm going to tell you all about it. If this is your first time here at Disney Cruisers and you are planning your Disney cruise or you love Disney cruising, then go ahead and consider subscribing. And if you are returning to our Disney Cruisers family, then give me a big thumbs up down below. All right, guys. Last year, I was really mad because I was mad. And this is why I was mad. I'm allowed to be mad. Even though I love Disney Cruise Line and I think they are pretty close to perfect, some things do make me mad, and this is one of the things that made me mad. On all of the commercials for Disney Cruise Line, what do you see? You see that you get to eat at all these cool restaurants, you see the characters walking around, you see the fireworks at sea, and then you see their Broadway-style shows. It's on the commercials. They advertise them. Last year, they started doubling up the shows, meaning if you were on the Fantasy, then 2 of your 7 nights would be Aladdin. Or if you were on the Dream, 2 of your 4 nights would be Beauty and the Beast. The cruise directors come out at the beginning of the week and they go through kind of like your schedule and what to do, and they say that the reason that they double up the shows and play them more than one night in a row is to give you, the guests, options. And they make it seem like they're doing it all for us, that we get to have more flexibility in our vacation, and maybe if one night we don't want to see Aladdin, then we can do something else because we can just see it the next night. Well, what else are we doing on the ship at that point? They always have it scheduled to where half the people go to dinner, half people go to the show. Then there's like an hour in between, and then they flip-flop. The other half go to dinner while the other people go to the show. There's not really anything else scheduled during that time. There are some like lounge singers going on. They do have things going on like in the kids club. There's funnel vision. There might be a movie playing, but they don't even really have that many activities during that time. So if you decide to skip a show one night, it's not like there's like this awesome other event going on that you now get to go to. One time when we were on the Fantasy, we had already seen Aladdin. The next night, because they were showing Aladdin again, we literally were just walking around like killing time until the 7 o'clock activity started. That's like in the middle between dinner and the show. They do have stuff planned in that like 7 o'clock hour. Well, we had nothing to do until then, so we like walked back in and watched like the last 15 minutes of Aladdin because there was nothing else to do. So if you don't go see the show, I don't really know, like, I don't know, maybe you have more time to get ready or you're taking a nap. I don't know, but it's not like it's, here you go, here's extra time, go do all these other fabulous things. No. If you don't go see the show, there's not many options available to you unless you just like lounging out on the pool deck or watching the waves go by on the Titanic deck. Another reason why I did not like them doubling up their shows was for the fact that I like seeing the shows. They advertise that they have all these really cool shows, and then they, I guess, like pick which ones they think are the best ones, and they play them more than once. Well, you know what? You took away my Golden Mickeys once from me last year, and I was not happy. In fact, my in-laws were on that cruise with us, and they had never seen it before, and I was really excited to show them that, but no, we didn't see it because they ended up playing Beauty and the Beast twice. On the Fantasy, I was really excited to see like their Welcome Aboard show. I know it's just like a collaboration of everything that's happening throughout the week, but I love those shows. I love the entertainment. And on the last cruise I was on the Fantasy, not only did they double up and show Aladdin the first 2 nights, but then they showed Wishes the last 2 nights. So that was 4 nights of doubling shows. So there were 2 nights where there was nothing else going on, shows that I wanted to see. In order for them to offer a show twice, they're taking away something else. So on my comment card, every single time that this happened, I wrote it down, and I was not very nice about it. But that was like the one thing that I complained about every single time in a row on my cruises, was that they needed to stop doubling up the shows. So about, I don't know, let's say like 6 months into it or something like that, then they still were doubling shows, but they also at this point, like if you didn't go see the second showing of Beauty and the Beast, at this point they put their variety act person or whatever it was in the adult area lounge with the big stage. So if we didn't want to go see Beauty and the Beast for the second time, then, you know, there might have been a hypnotist or a singing group or an acrobatic group, something like that in the adult area that we could go see during that time. So at least now there was an option of something else that I could do if I didn't want to go see that second show. of the show I saw the night before. Well, I still didn't like that. I was still not happy. I still wrote on my comment cards, like those 5 lines, like I wrote as tiny as I could to make sure I got enough in there for them to know that they advertise that you get these great shows and then they take them away from you and you don't get to see them all the time. And I like being able to go on different ships for a different feel. But if they're all just gonna do wishes every single night,
not that they do, but I'm trying to prove a point.
That's not fun. The reason that you can say thank you to me if you would like is because I wrote on all my comment cards. Those comment cards, guys, really do matter. They actually read them, and I'm not saying that this was all changed just because of me. I know there were also other people that were unhappy, but a lot of people who put things on their comment cards either get responses back to them or things get handled for them. They do look at those comment cards for feedback and for the ratings of all of the service team that are with you on the ship. And then also they ask you things about the ship and the shows and the entertainment. Like everything's on there. They actually look at those. I know that it's really sad on that last morning when you're leaving. And I know you have a lot of stuff to gather up and to take with you, but really fill out those comment cards. If you have stuff to write down, like if there's not a little bubble for something that you are unhappy with or something you love, then write it down on those little lines in the back. I said 5. I think now it's like 3 lines. It's really small. But go ahead and write it down. They read those. They have comment card boxes when you go into the dining rooms for your breakfast, when you go into cabanas, if you're going there for breakfast. And then they also have them right when you're exiting the ship. Like the last thing you could do is wave bye to the cast member and then drop your comment card in the little comment card box. So please take time to fill those out because it really does matter for the quality of cruises that us, the consumers, want to have. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, cruisers.